Okay, it's just been 5 days since the IPL began. One thing is for certain though.
Two things are for certain. I'll tell you the second one, you say the first one.
First thing, the temperature is hotting up outside. It's like that slow Bunsen burner, it's starting to just heat up outside.
You're talking about Delhi, na?
Delhi.
Yeah.
Delhi NCR is now starting to slowly boil.
But we have people from every other place also now. They may not relate to it. Is that the only thing that's remaining constant?
The other thing is...
You said only one thing is changing.
And you said there are two things.
Yeah, you said two things.
I will tell you the second. No, but he said temperature.
Temperature is rising.
But what is constant? You said two things. One thing is constant.
One thing is constant though. In the middle of rising temperatures, the IPL always goes on and on and on. And it's just we are not even 1 week into the tournament.
No, but it feels like it's just started. It's not feeling like a stretch to me. Is it feeling like a stretch to you?
Oh, 5 days, as I said. 5 days.
Out of those 5 days, 2 days you've been off also. So you hardly really felt it.
I haven't felt it. That is the
So you're saying it's a
part.
stretch as if pata nahi kab se chal raha hai.
That we will come to in the middle of April.
Yes, then I agree. Middle of April, you're saying, yeah, it feels like a long time. Then I agree.
Yeah,
that fatigue will set in of watching matches after matches.
Correct.
But not now, you can't say.
Not
but
now.
I agree that see, our last few seasons, IPL has become a kind of diesel engine, which takes time to start.
Yeah.
Petrol engine warms up very fast. Diesel engine takes time. So IPL, I think, is, people... or the amount of interest, I don't think that much conversation is happening outside. And I'm not talking about hardcore fans, not like people like us whose job it is to talk about cricket. Not even people, a lot of them who join us every day because they are really hardcore fans who are regular watchers. But I'm talking about general public as such, casual cricket watchers. They have not really gotten hooked to it. They might. For that, you will need there's always this one big moment. It'll either be a major record, like Virat Kohli smashes 200s back to back, or there's a big controversy, some major controversy erupts.
You need a thriller. You only had one in the last 5 days.
Maybe a franchise owner has a heated discussion with a player.
Something like that.
That's
controversy.
Yeah.
Something you need that moment, and then though that happened at the end of the IPL last time.
Yeah. Although see, you've had only one thriller in this IPL so far. Your El Clasico didn't live up to the name.
Because that's not its name. I repeat for the 100th time.
I know, but see, it is one of the most successful derbies in the history of the IPL. 10 titles won between two of them. So, yeah.
In fact, today I was seeing that popularity meter and all that a lot of people use. So, for the RCB Chennai game.
Oh, yes.
It's the images and every popularity meter is based on Thala and
Virat.
King.
Virat.
King and Thala. I mean,
Exactly.
captains can be anybody, but popularity meter image that is being used on social media by everyone else, by mainstream media is still Thala and...
Tomorrow is the Kaveri Derby, na? So
That's what I'm saying.
CSK RCB. Yeah, tomorrow it is.
That name is still nice because it's an original name. Unlike that El Clasico, which is
or Ashes of the South.
That's also not an original name.
Please.
So IPL, have you enjoyed the IPL so far?
I enjoyed the DC LSG game.
No, overall, the whole thing.
Overall, as I said, it's like a diesel engine. It'll start to warm up slowly, and then maybe we'll see it tomorrow. It may reach the peak, and then it'll kick off from there.
I don't know. I haven't really started enjoying it that much right now.
Yeah.
I think for me, enjoyment in cricket is more about having thrilling matches. And out of the 5 or 6 matches, there has been just one DC LSD that just happened a couple of days ago. So if I have to answer in one word whether I'm enjoying the IPL or not, this time I think it's a no. So far.
Yeah, I am with him.
Yeah.
I think it's taking time. Well, it's been good. And also the other thing that I've not liked so far is it started off with, big scores, everyone going bang, bang. This one-sided contest, batters dominating. In fact, yesterday's game, even though it wasn't the thriller, at least bought some parity. And I know that in terms of ratings and popularity on the broadcaster, that yesterday's game wasn't very high. And I'm a bit surprised with it. Then that again proves the point that there's a reason why they are making the game tilt towards batter side, because everyone enjoys big sixes, big hundreds, this and that. Though personally, if you ask me, I liked yesterday's game because if you really like cricket, you want to see a contest. And yesterday the bowlers were in the game also. And I was enjoying that. And I also enjoy watching a batter find that balance, no? That the fun of batsmanship is that no matter the format, that okay, when to attack, when to defend, when to be careful, when to throw caution to the wind. That whole beauty of the sport is that, and which is not happening only. Now everyone just comes, whatever the length, whatever the line, whatever the field, doesn't matter, swing the bat. And that was happening.
He was very happy yesterday. Na, Sai Kishore did well also.
That was like an exemplary performance. I think of all the bowlers,
exactly,
as
Sai
far as
Kishore
are concerned,
and Sai Kishore doing to Glenn Maxwell what Glenn Maxwell does to himself, all over again.
No, but in that match was it a high scoring match where even 9 economy we were praising, like Arshdeep and all of that. Sai Kishore had a 7.5 economy.
2 or 3 crucial wickets.
Maximum wicket in the match, 3.
3.
Everyone else were like 2. I'm counting both teams.
I remember 2. I can't remember the third one although.
Stand out, next level.
I know. Rachin's twin is really doing well.
No, Rachin is his twin. No, he was there before him.
Yeah, he was. Wow, what an age gap.
You know, Sai Kishore in India's test team, I want it. I really want it.
Why not even in an ODI team and all that? Yeah?
I don't think you really have a place
why
for
not?
someone like him.
Why not? I'm saying that's
how
what
do you
I'm
replacement for Jaddu.
How do you keep out Patel? That's the point.
Thing, why are we looking at batting? My thing is this only. Why is it that a batter is not judged? We will only play him if he knows how to bowl. A batter is judged for his primary skill. Boss, he's a good batter. He can win us a match on his given day, so he's playing. It's okay if he doesn't bowl. All your batters who used to bowl also have stopped bowling. And you're taking them for batting, which I agree with. Boss, because you need a match winner. Why are we not treating the bowlers like that? In bowler's case, you can be the lesser bowler, but you can bat, chalo, I'll take you. Why is it unfair to the bowlers? Then make this rule for batters also. Can Virat Kohli bowl? Is he giving me overs? No. Bring a Deepak Huda. Who will give me 2 overs? Will you do that?
That's not happening.
Right, exactly my point. Yeah. And it's right it's not happening because you're playing with a better batter.
True.
But why is it not happening for bowlers? If I was this union leader of bowlers, I would have taken this issue up.
Yeah.
Dharna, I would have done.
Yes. Justice for Ravi Srinivas.
No, justice for bowlers. And that is one of the reasons why Ravichandran Ashwin left the sport.
Yes.
He's only playing the IPL because he feels, and this is a fact, because he feels IPL teams look at cricket differently from the national team, and it's a truth. The Sai Kishore example is a perfect example where they have a Washington Sundar, but he's sitting out. That same Washington Sundar plays for India ahead of an Ashwin in Test match cricket.
Yep.
Now see the thought of Indian team and see the thought of a IPL team. Where I'm even talking about Test cricket, where actually primary skill becomes even more important. Even there they are going, and this in which primary skill is the least important, where you need bits and pieces players, which is the IPL. There also Gujarat said, no boss, I need the bowler who's better. It's okay about the batting, I'll figure it out.
Yep.
Very bad.
Yes.
Okay, talking about a controversy that can fire the IPL, there is one that is brewing a bit under the radar. We mentioned it on Sports Today yesterday, where you had the curator in Kolkata who said that I'm not going to change the pitch. I'm not here to do what the franchise says. And anyway, if you want spin-friendly pitches for Kolkata, what is it that the Kolkata spinners anyway did? In that game versus RCB spinners were better. So basically the long and short of it is that the curator has said, boss, I'm going to not change the nature of the pitch. I'm not listening to the franchise here. We've got Shivam very nicely has got the curator's quote. He says, as per the IPL rules and regulation, franchises have no say over the pitch. Nothing will be altered in the future.
I mean, have I gone back in time 13 years ago? Kolkata, India versus England, the same situation had happened. Remember? No, why should I alter the pitch? The pitch should remain true. It's up to the bowlers.
Didn't something happen in Mumbai? Suru Nayak or someone, there was a...
I think yes.
There was
Suru Nayak, yeah.
There was a former cricketer who was a curator. He also put his foot
No,
down.
I'm not going to alter the pitch. That's what he said, yeah.
Yes.
These were the exact words actually.
Because it had worked in Motera, it had worked in Mumbai, but when it came to Kolkata, the series 1-1 in 2012. No way.
There was a lot of reverse swing. At that time, I think you had Jimmy Anderson, who probably had the best match of the Test series.
Yeah, Stephen Finn.
Most famously, in the 2004-5 series, Nagpur.
Of course.
Green top you got despite the Indian team not. And I don't know, I thought that was unfair. It's every team, home team needs to have some sort of advantage. I don't know what everyone thinks. Maybe you could see, there is also value in what the curator is saying. And we'd love to know your opinion as well. Let us know. Here, the thing is straight up, the curator, just for those of you who don't know, the curator has said, I'm not going to change the nature of the pitch. I don't care if KKR wants spin-friendly pitch. I will keep the pitch the way I want to. And anyway, what is the KKR, why are they so hell-bent on spinners? Their spinners are not doing anything. RCB spinners were better than them in the game. That's what he said. Firstly, what are your thoughts about the curator putting his foot down?
I think in a way it is right also, because if he feels like, he has done a job very well in the past, and he wants to continue in similar fashion in the future, there's nothing wrong with it. But at the very same time, if you look at it from KKR's perspective, they are also right that, we are the home team. We would want a pitch in a particular way.
That is true. What do you think? You can't be on the
I'm going to support the pitch curator here. I think he has basically put his foot down, and that's absolutely right, because he's the man in charge. He knows how he has gone about his work in the past few years or so. There have been no complaints whatsoever by even Indian team, BCCI. So who are the franchises, who really have to complain here? So maybe just from that perspective, I think I'm going to go with the pitch curator here.
I'll play the devil's advocate for once. I can't agree
once. You always play the devil's advocate.
See, where Gulati is coming from is from the idealistic, rosy world of ideal cricket. But ideal cricket hasn't been played in this world nowadays. Okay. I know where you're coming from. It's from the Steve Waugh school of thought, wherein he said it is disgraceful that anybody orders the pitch curator what to do.
Simple example, I'll put it. Australia versus Pakistan, Sydney Test 2009, green top, Ricky Ponting, he opts to bat first. Even though there was no conversation with the pitch curator or something like that, it's basically the classic case that he kept the pitch out of discussion here, which clearly goes on to show that it's just about the class that your team has over any of maybe any favor that you would need from the pitch curator.
See, but then this is the IPL, okay? There are certain home franchises, okay? Indian cricket is India, okay? Ek hi naam sunai rehta tab India. But here, I look at 8 cities. Bengaluru, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai. Punjab is spread over everywhere, so there's no home for them. Delhi, Rajasthan, okay? I am going to play 7 matches in my home venue. 7 games which could decide my IPL playoff situation. Now, when all the other teams are this is India, I'm talking about the Indian ethos here. When all the other teams are opting, Chennai, they just prepare according to what the Chennai Super Kings want. Classic case. What right does the Kolkata pitch curator suddenly have a lesson in idealism have to say about it? Why suddenly this idealistic Kida has come into him? Boss, I am playing in Eden. I am the defending champion. I won 3 IPL titles. The pitch has altered. Yes, 2012, if you look at 2017, you look at 2024, it's changed. Why can't it change? I want to play to my strengths. Now, why does the pitch curator say no to me, citing the rules conveniently? But boss, I'm playing in my home. I want home condition advantage. Give it to me.
See, I know he's quoting the rules and all of that, but the rules exist in international cricket also. And
yes.
We all know that it's a done thing that you want a pitch to favor you. In this case, I would agree with the curator if you were really doctoring the pitch. And remember, we've criticized the Indian team sometime where you've produced unsporting pitches. You've produced pitches which start turning from day one, and they are ranked turners where batsmanship is almost impossible. Because why is it that we've criticized? It creates an unfair balance.
Yes.
On this occasion, where anyway we are looking for a balance between bat and ball, and we think it's going heavily tilted in the favor of a batter. If a team wants a sort of a pitch suiting their bowling style, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So long as it is not a doctored pitch and it's not awful. If just because you have spinner, you come up with a pitch where even 100 is a match-winning total, I wouldn't even agree with that. If it's a decent pitch, like let's say the pitch that was on offer in Guwahati, I don't mind a pitch like that to suit your strengths. So, for example, Kolkata played in Guwahati, and if that is the look at that, you also have a lot to benefit. We have someone like a Simon Dole, he's suggested on this entire controversy. Simon Dole has come out and said that, he says if he's not taking heed, the curator is not taking heed of what the home team wants, then just move the franchise away to somewhere else. His job is not to pass an opinion on the game. That's not what he's paid for. So the second part is where the curator made a comment that look at KKR spinners. They anyway did nothing. RCB's spinners were better. So I think that's that part that Simon Dole is referring to, that his job is to talk about the pitch and not so much what KKR spinners are doing or RCB spinners doing. That's aside. But the first point I completely agree. Where, what if a Kolkata think of taking the franchise away, KKR decide to take it away from Kolkata, and who's going to be the loser? The fans are going to be losers. And by the way, even the association that he works for is going to be on the losing side, because it's roughly around 1 CR, if I'm not mistaken, is what a state association makes from each IPL game that they host. Almost 50 lakh come from the franchise and about 50 come from the BCCI for you to host, because that goes into your expenditure of organizing. So you're earning about a CR per game. So if you get 7 games in a season, crore. That's about 7 crore. At one point there used to be 8 games, so 8 crore. That's on last count. I don't know if it's changed now. I'm talking about a few years ago. Even if it's changed, it would have increased a lot. But you're looking in the vicinity of a crore per game. Now, imagine if KKR decide to take it away. It's the fans that are going to lose out. The home association is going to lose out. So somewhere, I think this arrogance of saying, I am not going to do what you want. Don't doctor the pitch. Don't make poor pitches. But you can help and again, the other issue is, either then this sort of a rule, then it should be applied everywhere across the IPL.
True.
No franchise should get that. Now he made it a right point. Now in CSK's case, the owner also kind of runs the state association. So the curator has no option but to prepare the pitch that the team would like. And that's fine. That's fine. Then that should be an even playing field for every other franchise, right? How can it be that certain franchises where there's a good relationship between the state association and the franchise and they get to prepare pitches like they want, but no, others you have to live by it? That I think then makes it a bit unfair for all teams.
Absolutely. I think in case of what we have seen in many teams, I think there are maybe 2 or 3 ways to look at it. If I am the owner of a particular team, I have full faith, in all the players that I have purchased. I am not really going to the pitch curator then to say that you maybe doctor the pitch according to us, or you make those minor or cosmetic changes, because if I have faith in my team, I am not really going to the pitch curator in that perspective. He can do whatever he wants to do. So I think this whole talk of making the pitch according to the home team and this and that, I don't think it holds any relevance.
Siddharth, it's a fair point, but see, you got to realize that teams are so evenly matched. It's such a minute difference between teams.
Exactly.
Now, some are getting that advantage, no? Some are getting
that. Definitely getting that advantage. So
that's what I'm saying. Some will get that advantage and the others don't. Then that makes, that's the difference between teams making the playoffs or not. You know how close the margins are. Correct. It's one game, a bit of net run rate here and there. Now you imagine 7 games a team plays on pitches that kind of suit their makeup of the team. And that advantage is not given to another team. It makes a huge difference. So either then fine. If you want to just rely on team, prepare the team for every condition, that's fine. But then make sure that it's an even playing field across.
Where this will fail the test, I'll tell you. CSK versus SRH in Chepauk. Okay. SRH, if you prepare a flat deck, SRH will score 270, 280 in Chepauk.
That's what happened last year when SRH played against CSK at Chepauk. They could not really score more than 155, 160. I remember CSK won that comfortably.
They got the advantage. Now KKR does not get it.
So either it should be for all or it should be for none. That's the point.
Why suddenly this idealistic Kida? I don't understand. It's a Kida that has come at this point.
Then everything has to be ideal.
So
maybe he wants to grab the headlines. That is the only Kida that I can understand.
Could be. Because see, no other pitch curator decides suddenly that, okay, I'm not going to change the pitch. Bengaluru curator will absolutely agree to what RCB demand. Okay. When he prepared sluggish wickets, okay, in the KKR RCB game last year, what happened? Dew came in, KKR slaughtered RCB. Venkatesh Iyer, you remember, he hit those big sixes. Okay. When they are flat decks, 2014 is the only exception because the entire outfield was relayed. That was the slowest Chinnaswamy you got, and Yuzi Chahal did well in that because of the subsurface aeration system that was implemented in. So that is why every team has the right for home advantage. This is a team I'm talking about, not a nation. A team has a right to demand it.
That's why I also, quoted the example of Australia-Pakistan SCG test. A completely green deck, Australia bundled out for 120 odd in the first innings, and yet they went on to win that particular match.
But Australia were also playing at a different level. No, they were miles ahead of every other team, so they could confidently do that.
At least Pakistan could have won that particular match had it not been for Kamran Akmal.
Yeah. But I'm saying here the margins. Okay, my question is the suggestion of Simon Dole. Do you think that is a possibility, or will KKR ever? I mean, is this a controversy as big that KKR could think about it? Is this a controversy that can snowball to that level, or you think this will not happen and KKR won't bother much? Okay, you don't, either the curator gets changed or.
I think first of all, if that is really to be the case, then KKR will first of all have to find a curator who will agree to what they have to say. Now that in itself is going to be a task.
You can host it in Jamshedpur.
No, at least 7 or 8
Ranchi, no, even Odisha,
Cuttack.
I'm saying catchment area.
The point is to find someone who can agree with your demands.
There'll be many.
Yeah, there'll be so many state associations that would want that 7-8 crore, and also you'd also want to look at your fans who will get a chance to see. That's the catchment area. Imagine the fans in Cuttack and Bhubaneswar will be able to go and watch the matches.
Imagine
they'll adopt the team
in that catchment area. If you look at north and east in total,
you call it Kalinga Knight Riders.
Kalinga Knight Riders.
There you go.
That's a good one. Actually.
I know. KKR. Yeah.
Bhubaneswar is any which way is very successful as far as hockey is concerned.
Yeah.
They have given the name also.
Cricket
stadium.
Cricket, when you look at it, 4 state associations in the east and the central part don't get the benefits of IPL. Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, MP. MP was the home ground for Punjab Kings for a certain brief bit of time, but only very briefly, 2 or 3 games only they played in Indore.
Something that happens with Rajasthan Royals also, just a couple of games in Guwahati.
Yeah, that's it.
But then Delhi in Vizag.
Yeah. Delhi had home games in Chhattisgarh also, but it didn't make much of a difference there. So, Odisha, only time it played host was to the Deccan Chargers. That was way back 14 years ago.
Can this happen? Or is it just too small?
It is like a storm in a teacup. It's just a minor irritant. And they'll say no.
So they'll continue. So then either one thing can be KKR says, okay, it doesn't matter, we'll carry on, like he's saying.
Yeah.
Whatever the pitch, we'll try and win. Or the state association wakes up and the curator falls in line.
Option number 2.
Yeah.
That's only going to happen.
Maybe there's
or
an
third
option
is
number
this,
3.
that it reaches a stalemate, nothing is happening, and the franchise says, I'm going out.
Option
or
number 2.
Or maybe there's going to be an option number 4. That both the parties are being brought under the same roof for a discussion by the IPL governing council, and maybe something comes out.
I'm going with option number 2.
Okay.
Knowing India, knowing the way how it is, they'll tell the curator, yaar, keep your idealism to yourself, prepare the pitch that we are telling you to
I'll
do.
go with option 4, as I said.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a few comments on this subject before we move to Ab ki baar 300 par or not.
Ab ki baar 300 par.
Some thoughts on this controversy. What do our viewers have to say?
Wait. I think
there was a comment, I think there's something LSD written on it. Just go up. There was... Mohit has a comment that batters are not getting testing pitches. Can't tell who is a genuine talent, although.
I mean, the kind of pitches that that are available today.
Yeah. I mean, see, Mohit is saying, please KKR, move your home ground elsewhere if the Eden Garden pitch curator has such big attitude. He's not doing the job he's paid for.
Simon Dole.
Everybody is I think he made the right point. I mean, I'm playing at home in an IPL which has got 7 or 8 home games. Give me the advantage. I'm getting, my entire thing depends on my home fortunes now. Is it any coincidence? 2 teams that have never made it, 3 teams that have never made it to the IPL title have got the worst home record that is ever possible. Yep.
He also says that every team has home advantage from CSK, MI, SRH, GT, LSG. What is the problem with Mr.?
I don't think GT have that much of a home advantage this time around, and even in the last season also, because any which ways Dew plays a major role in the day-night matches.
Kiran says the curator is correct. Changing the nature of the pitch according to players, it's a blunder.
But are we changing the very nature of the wicket? I mean, yes, we were guilty of it in 2023 in Mumbai and in Ahmedabad. But are we doctoring the pitch to such an extent? And okay, pitch doctoring, even if it comes to, had you won? Did we raise any hue and cry about it? It's only when we lost that one ICC game out of the 24 that we have raised such a big issue about it. That's the way. Mohit is saying KKR is paying CAB and Eden Gardens for every match. They have all the rights to ask for a pitch that they want.
Yeah, which is what we did point out. Fans have the say in cricket, Goku says, and we want our home team to win. Who is the pitch creator to deny fans? Is he bigger than the fans? Very good point. Fans are the biggest stakeholders, and if they want their team to get that advantage, why should anyone else step in? Bubbly says that he's watching a show on his day off in London. Immigrants from India love to welcome you and your team during India's tour of England. If we do, then yes, Bubbly, please look after us, and thank you for your very kind comments about our opinion and our show in general. Lovely to hear those positive comments. It just keeps us going. Okay, let's turn our attention now to the subject at hand. Today it is what happened last time.
Well,
160 odd chased in 9.4
LSG
overs.
and SRH met.
Well, we had two viral moments. One, 167 for no loss in 9.1 overs chased down by Sunrisers Hyderabad. Travis Sheikh going absolutely crazy. Second, the owner of LSG had a very heated, you may say, talk with KL Rahul on the pitch.
The then captain.
And KL Rahul did not play for LSG or captain for LSG after that. LSG's chances were done. They were anyway 6th. They needed to win this game, but they were absolutely hammered in 9.1 overs. And then we saw that epic meltdown that the owner had.
So what are you trying to say? What is happening today?
Ab ki baar 300 par.
If SRH bat first, I think it's happening. 300 is happening.
I have an unpopular opinion, and I was listening to even the broadcasters, a lot of players saying that 300 will be crossed. I am not sure it will be crossed.
Do you think that LSG
IPL
bowling is
history.
really inspiring that confidence?
No, it's
that's
not.
one of the major issues.
No, it's not that.
That's why I said that it's going to be crossed.
No, I agree with you on that point.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm saying that 300 I don't think will be crossed in the IPL, because last season also we saw many games where people were in good form, and you're talking about last time, SRH going great guns versus Lucknow. But SRH on various occasions have gone great guns where it looked like they're going to reach 300. But see, something happened.
Yeah.
Forget SRH, even Indian team on a few occasions, few T20Is in South Africa also were being played where it looked like 300 is going to be crossed. It's not been crossed. And see, despite so many T20 matches are being played across the globe, and I'm counting the international matches, I'm counting the domestic matches, I'm counting the leagues, everything, and yet we've only had 3 occasions where 300 had been crossed. And look at those 3 occasions. There was this one game where you have Baroda taking on Sikkim. Nothing against Sikkim, but it's a mismatch, as you've been seeing in Ranji Trophy. It's just different class team. And while I agree with you that the bowling is not that same, but you're still playing apples with apples. You're playing bowlers. What happened in that game is you're not really playing. It's like, if a college team is up against a school team, there's a big gap. So that was one thing. Then you have a game like Zimbabwe playing Gambia. Again, see a mismatch there. A huge mismatch. Or Nepal playing Mongolia. So then it is like one of those matches. Remember in Mumbai, one youngster got how many runs? And
Pranav Dhanavade.
And then you found out that ground was like just 30 yard.
30 yards.
30 yard ground. And the kid some of them who were playing cricket for the first time or something like that. They were like very novice bowler.
I know.
So it has to be like, so again, I'm not being disrespectful to the other team, but I'm saying the gap was huge. Once you have same level teams, and the difference is marginal in the sense, okay, one is not in form, one is in form, one has been doing, but still there are top level players who've reached that. There to get 300, yes, you'll have situation after 7 overs and you count it like that, listen, 7 they have reached 100, or they've reached in 6 overs they've reached 100, so now you calculate and extrapolate it, and by 18 they should be 300, but it doesn't happen. The next 6 then drop down, then the final 6 come. So there are phases, which is why I think that 300, I don't see it being crossed.
The only problem here is that, I get that, there's obviously this comparison, Baroda, Sikkim, Zimbabwe, Gambia. In case of LSG, at least, they had, some bowlers until the last season. This time also they have the likes of Avesh Khan, but we don't know whether he's going to play today or not. Although he's joined the squad. The bowlers that LSG have currently, or they might just feature in this 11 today against SRH, I don't think that, they even inspire that kind of a confidence that they can even stop SRH.
It's not
below
bad.
SRH.
No, but I'm saying they're not as bad, is what I'm saying. See, for
obviously
example,
they are playing international cricket.
They had Shahbaz, I think, last time.
I only believe in Shardul.
Manimaran Siddharth was
Ravi Bishnoi.
Where Ravi Bishnoi is there.
Yash
Yes, he didn't have a great game. But I'm saying Shardul is there, who picked up 2 wickets as well. So even that Prince Yadav was not bad. So I'm saying that the difference, I agree that they are not the best bowling lineup. Probably if you rate all teams, they are going to be at the bottom. Agreed. But still, you are still, the fight is again apple versus apple. They are top level performers who are playing. They can get hammered. Yeah, I agree. But not this kind of gap, where it's not the same team.
Yeah.
Not the same team.
Once bitten, twice shy. LSG will not want to concede that much.
It's like we prepare a team and we go up against a Ranji team. Yeah. Now there's a gap.
Obviously, then there's a massive gap.
Yes, we may be playing cricket every week and we may not be novices, but when you come up against a Ranji team, just different level. So your bowlers then will get hammered.
But 260, 270 won't be surprising. Still,
yeah, that is fine because see,
260, 270, 280 are there.
You know why because look at the venue where you're going to play the game. SRH was LSG in Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, Uppal. Now Uppal, when you look at it, 297 India made against Bangladesh.
Yeah.
You look at SRH RR, that was also 286. You made 277. So that is where I think somewhere you might kind of breach 287.
What's the percentage chance you are giving for 300 to be crossed this year?
I think it's straight for me. SRH bat first. I think it's happening.
Today only?
Yeah.
I'm saying full IPL.
Full IPL percentage chance of 300 being breached.
Or how many times?
How many times? Not more than one. Only once.
And you're thinking 100% it's happening. This IPL.
Yeah.
I'm also saying it could happen once.
And what are the chances of that happening?
Chances of that are happening are 10%.
And I'm saying that it's highly likely that it will happen once, and chances are more than 80%.
Which is the venue that I think it could happen. No. SRH versus MI in Wankhede. No. It could be a flat deck, Wankhede. It's very flat. That's what even Dale Steyn has said. April 17th, MI versus SRH. It could happen at the Wankhede. Because look at Wankhede, even that's also a flat deck. It's not as flat as Hyderabad, I know. Hyderabad's a proper national highway, that is a bit of a road. But still, SRH, their bowling attack that's coming up, see, I believe in only Shardul Bhai. Shardul can get both head and Abhishek.
And imagine this Shardul, nobody is picking. And this Shardul has only come now because of Mohsin being out. By the way, what's the latest update on Mayank? I know he's got a second injury, but by when
chances of IPL return is very dim at this point.
At least the point that can be confirmed is that he's not going to be available until the end of April.
End of April? Then what are you going to do?
Exactly. You would have already finished.
A few more matches, 3-4 matches.
No, by that time, maybe LSG's campaign would be over. Na?
Yeah. LSG would be fighting for that, spot that we discussed last night.
What is it? That's a big blow.
It's not looking good for
That's a big blow.
There's no Mohsin, no...
Imagine knowing if they didn't have those injury concerns, I was putting LSG as a top 4 team.
See, I have a feeling AajTak has been seen to be bowling in the nets at the NCA. So
He could be back by the first week of
But
April.
there's no update on him.
yeah, but so I'm saying okay, maybe 2-3 games is fine. If you get Avesh, is Avesh playing today?
Not sure.
Not sure.
But
He's
at
joined
least
the
he has
squad.
joined the camp.
I doubt Avesh plays today.
Yeah.
But assuming that, okay, after 2 games or so, if Avesh is playing and AajTak is also there and with the Shardul and then the bowling lineup there, then I think
They're a decent bowling
Okay.
line. Yeah. Because you got your 3 spinners to cover up.
And
in
you
that
have
sense.
a very fiery top 5. Markram,
Marsh, Puran.
Marsh, Puran, Miller, and
Miller.
Rishabh Pant.
Rishabh
So top
Pant.
5 is still good. Ayush Badoni at number
Badoni.
6.
But although I think they shouldn't play Markram and Marsh. It should be Markram
Bretsky?
or Marsh.
Markram or Marsh. okay.
Yeah, could be Bretsky.
let's take a look at the Lucknow's scorecard from the last game, and then we'll try and finalize their 11 for the game today. I think you're making a point about Markram.
Yeah.
And it could be, see, Markram overall, if you take a look at it, is IPL performances haven't really been up to the mark.
Even with SRH also, he didn't have a good time with Sunrisers.
Yeah, exactly. And SRH have let him go. They just go down. We want to see their squad. No, just go down. Go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you could now, if you take a Markram out, Bretsky is being spoken about to be brought in
Yeah.
as a
Or if
opening
I
batter.
want to open with Pant and
No,
have
Pant
Marsh.
is never going to open. Bro,
Yeah,
just
4 or
that
5.
I'll get a
option is
Shamar.
Never. No, Pant is never going to open. That's not going to happen in this IPL. I'm telling you that.
Push a Badoni up.
No.
Abdul
they-
Samad can come in.
Yeah, see, what they can do is they get a. Oh, there's Arshin Kulkarni.
Arshin
So
is
actually, you
played a couple
go.
of matches.
I would, if you ask my 11, I'd go with Arshin and Mitch Marsh to open.
Yeah.
Adam Markram will go out, and I'm bringing a Shamar Joseph in. Because
yeah.
I need to balance my bowling with Shardul. At the moment, I will need your spinners in Digvesh Rathi also had a decent game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Manimaran
Siddharth had a decent game, and then Ravi Bishnoi is again an India player, so that I think balance is not bad. You have to get a Shamar to get the balance. So instead of Bretsky, I'll still go with a Arshin Kulkarni. I think that will make my team slightly better.
Yeah, it should because
I think I would still go with the same top 5 for now. So basically to have, Markram
and Marsh.
Puran and David Miller as your 4 overseas players. If this does not work for the next 2 or 3 matches, then probably bring in Arshin Kulkarni.
I think 2 or 3 games is too late. Because already now
Maybe one more game, this game.
Look at all the teams. At least 7 teams this time are serious contenders for 4 spots. 7 minimum. You look at Punjab.
But that's the case every season, Siddharth.
No, Punjab normally are not considered. They will have a mid-season flourish. Here they've already begun with a bang. So that's
Then
why.
my top 4 team.
Yeah. I didn't keep Punjab because I thought they'll have a
Even I
mid-season
didn't keep.
slump. So that's why.
Okay.
So yeah, I will also. They have to make the change today itself. Because they can't persist with a Markram anymore because
But while I would have made the change,
I don't think they will.
they would also want to show the world that they're not panicking yet. And their batting, to be fair, wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad.
The top 5, I think, is one of the
Nicholas
that you have
Puran
in,
gets going.
IPL.
You don't have to worry about the total that you set with just Nicky P.
Yep.
And if LSG are to have any chance of defeating SRH today, I think it's going to be because of their top 5 only. If LSG are to defeat SRH.
If LSG has to win any game, it'll be on the back of their batting.
Nicky
So they
only
go
Nicky
above
P.
par, and then they hope that the bowler have a decent game and don't concede too much.
Yeah.
I think that would be their best chance. SRH will make no changes.
No change. I
Same
think they'll have the
thing for
same.
me. I think-
Zampa will be your impact.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the case for me.
So Travis said Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, your top 3. Klassen and Nitish Reddy can swap
Wow.
at 4-5. And then you get
Abhinav Manohar at 6.
But if there is nothing
Aniket
for
Verma
the,
as well.
Verma.
but nothing for the spinners, then I'm going to bring in Ishan Malinga for Adam Zampa. if there's nothing for the spinners. I think slinging arm action, he offers that.
Malinga and no slinging action. Malinga and no slinging action, yep. So anyway, look, I think they would need, I think it will be a spin for, you need a spinner. You can't have all pacers because what will happen in Hyderabad, pacers are only hit all over the park. You need a spinner to slow things down.
So you have Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma.
I'm not substituting that for the class of Zampire.
Absolutely, but still.
Yeah, you have Travis Sheikh to even roll their arm, but then how much will you want them to do?
I found actually very surprising that Rahul Chahar didn't start for them last.
Yeah. So maybe Simarjeet goes out and Rahul Chahar comes in? Maybe.
Depending on the conditions. I think that will be better suited to them. Because they'll have a Shami, Harshal Patel and Pat Cummins. I think they're sorted and Nitish Kumar Reddy can give in an over or two. So the fast bowling is pretty much sorted.
But that top 5, it's the clash of the best top 5s when you look at it in this match. LSG top 5, SRH top 5. It's very, very good at this point.
I will make a prediction. Again, I think my man Nicky P will outscore
Travis Sheikh.
He will have more impact than Travis.
I'll +1 that.
Nicky P
on that.
Today he will show the world that everyone is going Travis Sheikh.
Yeah.
World is fearing them, shivering. But the real deal is Nicky P.
Okay. One of the best T20
More
batters.
sixes by Nicky P. But see, the unfair advantage is that there are 2 batters and Nicky P alone. Na?
Yeah. But I think...
Okay, Klaasen Nicky P versus Travis Sheikh. Now then...
Yeah. You know, if SRH bat first, then I think Nicky P will have a bigger impact than while chasing. He will know how to go bang bang right from ball 1. So yeah, there is a risk if SRH bat first today. Maybe 300 won't. Abki bar 300 par is not happening. I think it'll happen in some other venue.
If it is 260, 270, it's going to be very tough for LSG. Almost impossible.
260, 270, that means you're 15, 20 under par. Because for LSG's firepower, they'll need that much of a score on a flat deck like this. Because Pant will again not fall for a 0. He fell for a 27 crore duck this time around. He won't fall for this much this time.
27 crore duck.
Yeah. First, imagine KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant. Look at the similarity. KL Rahul never fell for a duck in Punjab Kings for all the time he was there. First game for LSG, he fell for a duck.
Yeah.
Rishabh Pant didn't fall for a duck that often in Delhi Capitals. First game LSG fell for a duck. So captains coming to a different franchise, LSG, your first game is always a nightmare.
Okay, we'll quickly take some questions. Medan Shroff from the UK, he says he's scared for LSG. They need to bat first and that too remarkably well. The only way to put SRH under pressure is a big chase.
Could be, but today I'm not scared for LSG. I think they, with their limited sources...
Because you're being devil's advocate.
No. With their limited...
If you're not, you should be scared.
With their limited resources, they push Delhi Capitals to the limit. With their limited resources.
Delhi Capitals are also like not the best of the IPL teams.
वो भी बात सही है. बात तो सही है.
They were saying, how will Mayank Markande fit into the KKR squad? That's a bit tricky at the moment because when they needed to replace a spinner, they went with a Moin. But I think they were looking for an all-rounder to replace Narain. But with a Varun Chakravarti and...
I think the only way I see Mayank Markande playing
if Varun Chakravarti rests
is maybe if Chakravarti is rested or he is injured, or when KKR face CSK at Chepauk.
As an impact sub.
Yeah, as an impact sub. Maybe, let's say he can probably come in for a Vaibhav Arora or if they want to, field an extra spinner.
That could happen, yeah.
Yeah, because see, in their fast bowling, they've barely used Andre Russell at the moment. So they have that option to take an Indian fast bowler out. They've also not used Venkatesh Iyer.
No, they
hardly been used.
No Ramandeep also.
No Ramandeep actually, yeah.
Yes.
No Ramandeep too. So they can have that option of getting an extra spinner by removing one of them. Yeah, it's a possibility.
Nilesh Sharma. Hi sir, in 2012 it was Prabir at Eden. Now it is his son. Okay. But they are right. Teams should select team according to pitch, not alter pitch according to team. He's in the curator's camp, like what he is.
Okay,
point. So it was Prabir and his son. Right, okay. Jasbir Singh. Nikhil bro, we should have your video on Sachin. in Masters League, his shots were as good as young Sachin.
That's
Around 30K people saw in ground. Even after so many years, did you watch those shots?
I did see those highlights. Sachin is, as I've said, the closest to perfection in batting for me always has been Sachin Tendulkar, and I think that hasn't really changed for me even now as well.
The gold standard when we look at it. Yep. Nilesh Sharma, sir, in coming years, we may have a new. Of course, still at the age of 52, right? 52.
Yeah, he's
73.
73.
April 24th, 1973.
Correct.
Yes. Sir, in coming years, we may have a new stadium in Kolkata as Eden is on an army land.
Yes, he's right.
But lease has not yet been extended. So plans are to build a new stadium. Oh, Neela, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know that because I've been a beneficiary of that.
Oh, okay.
I used to get free pass because of.
So they are on a 99-year lease then, is that it?
Yeah, something like that. But so what the arrangement is that they used to send free passes to the army because there's this protocol, it's on their land.
Is it the only stadium to be on army land? I can't think of any other.
I'm not sure. But that is 100% correct.
Yeah, because I think Mohali isn't.
Yeah, in fact, just today it's interesting. My first ever live match that I saw was at the Eden Garden.
India, South Africa.
No. That wasn't the first. I did see India. The first ever match I saw was Pakistan West Indies
Nehru Cup.
Nehru Cup final.
Oh, okay. Salim Malik
Was there. Imran got a 50. Wasim hit a 6 to win that match. It was a final. Viv Richards bowled the final, and it was something like they needed
240 or something?
3 of 2 balls, and they got the wicket, run out. Walsh hit a throw and run out, and Wasim walked in. 3 needed of 2 in those days. Teams used to panic. It was not like nowadays 3 into 2. 3 needed of 2 balls, anything can happen. And Viv was bowling and he hit him for a 6.
Wow.
First ball he hit him for a 6.
Yeah, that was a very strong Nehru Cup. I think Australia were there.
Yeah, everyone. It was like a mini World Cup.
World Cup, yeah. Champions Trophy.
Champions Trophy of that era. Correct.
Salim Malik. That was the Salim Malik series. Yeah, panic. I remember India needed 5 or 4. Gaba 92. Lost by 1 run.
Correct.
Kiran More tried an audacious slap of Tom Moody, middle stump gone.
87 also we lost by
1 run. But that was because Kapil Dev was so open-hearted. He said, the Australian team said, nahi yaar, it was a 6. You signal as a 4. And Kapil Dev agreed, okay, 6. We lost by 1 run, 2 additional runs. Chepok. Punch should open, Dave was saying. Plays pace better than spin.
Yeah, he does. But the reason I'm saying he's not going to multiple reasons. One, I think as captain, he likes to control the innings. He doesn't want to be the player who gets out early and then comes back into the hut and then he feels that, I could have contributed in a way or I could have anchored the inning. I think that's the responsibility he takes in his mind. And secondly, I think, again, if he's looking at his India prospects, his best chance is to make it into the middle order. Top order, if you're an opener, you do well also. How do you fit him? I mean, so he will, if he bats in the middle order, better chance for him.
Could be. Okay. Abhinav Anand, sir, which team do you think will make a dramatic comeback mid-season?
It's too early to say.
Because
we have to know who's...
I know.
It's just been like 1 or 2 matches.
RCB did that, yes.
Absolutely.
6 wins on the trot.
Basically wants to know who will be the RCB this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Rajesh says that he agrees with Gulati that give Markram at least 2 or 3 matches in the opening. I think the team will also do that.
Yep.
Kiran is saying that, guys, anything above 250 will be a video game. Absolutely bang on. It does seem like video game to me.
Exactly.
Sai Srivastava says 2020 MI top 5 or current SRH top 5. Oh my god. I'm going with MI.
They were an alpha team in 2020. The best team. Look at Dekok, Rohit, Ishan, Suryakumar, the Pandya brothers, Pollard. Oh, what a top order, Yeah. And everybody in that series, in that IPL 2020, had an average north of 40 with a strike rate of over 140.
Yeah.
Answer this question by Mohit. Which is the bigger IPL scam, Maxwell or Marsh? I'm going Maxwell.
+1.
I think I would go with Mitchell Marsh because Maxwell has at least had a brilliant season.
One.
How many seasons has he had?
Only Maxwell has been playing IPL for about 12-13 years now.
Exactly. Marsh hasn't played for that much. Maxwell has played for 12-13 years.
But at least Marsh hasn't had a breakthrough season or something like that. Maxwell has at least had
one.
So that At least he has had. That's why I'm saying, I'm going to rate Maxwell.
Last time for Punjab in 2020, he didn't hit a single six.
I know all the reasons to call Maxwell the biggest scam, but I think at least he has had one season. So I'm going to go with Mitchell Marsh.
Kushal Khurana says the world is not ready for LSG to chase down a 350 score. Neither is LSG.
I think we are not giving LSG their due. I think this thing was dispelled when they held a Delhi Capitals lineup, a strong Delhi Capitals lineup. They kind of pushed them to the limit. But as you said, Gulati, Delhi Capitals is
Delhi
also...
are a good team, but not the best of the teams. No?
Yeah.
That's the point.
But I don't think they'll cross 350 or something in that sense.
Kuldeep Sharon is saying, what are your thoughts on hero worship in India, Nikhil sir? Every day there is a breach of security. There is. But this is nothing new. It happens in all sport across all formats. I don't think it is something to worry about. And thankfully, across all sports for so many years, there's nothing that really untoward that's happened. It's genuine fans that just want to touch their favorite player.
I mean, everybody were wondering, why did they touch Riyan Parag's feet in that RR? But then I told them, see, it's
Guwahati is a legend.
He's
a legend of Assam.
A Northeast player from the Northeast captaining an IPL side. When has that ever happened? So that you have to give him the accolades here. So freaking awesome is saying, Sid sir, SRH have won only 2 out of 13 games at Wankhede. 200 is their highest total, at 235 is the highest recorded IPL total Wankhede. It is only venue that has hosted 100 plus IPL games so far.
That's why I feel, I think this is the venue today, that Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, wherein 300 can be scored.
National Highway, let's see.
Nah.
Why not?
Chinnaswamy,
287, the highest IPL total.
About Chidambaram. Yeah. Chinnaswamy.
Could happen. SRH RCB, it's happening in May. Let's see.
Good point by Parth. He says, do you think Rajasthan, DC, Punjab have 2 home grounds that affects them in a big way?
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yes.
Totally.
1, you travel. 2, you really can't get used to conditions of both. And even the fan support makes a difference, whatever said and done.
Although if you look at it, amongst the 3, DC have a better advantage in their away home ground when you look at it in Vizag. Yeah, Barsapara, it's been woeful for Rajasthan.
DP saying the most fair match would be SRH batting first in T20 and then Park chasing in ODI. DP, very mean.
Very, very mean.
Mean comment you're coming up with, huh?
Yeah. So I think...
there are questions. If we can stop somewhere, then we can... We saw there was, I think, Bharat or someone.
Kuldeep we took.
Just anyway. Priyanshu saying 300 will be crossed once. Nikhil, what's your article on Test captaincy today? Do you have any latest news? Well, yeah, I mean, it is. You can check it out on indiatoday.in. That because there was a lot of rumor doing the rounds that after a Champions Trophy win, your seniors will be given a long run, and even though they've really not been up to the mark in Test match cricket, I include both Virat and Rohit. Let's not mix formats. Their position is under scrutiny. I am not too sure that it'll be as easy their selection for England. I've said this before, and I maintain that there is a possibility, is what I'm picking up, that Rohit might himself opt out of the England tour. If that does happen, then he will have to look for a new captain. Virat, I don't think is ready to opt out himself, in which case there could be a situation where he starts for a few games, but he's also going to be under scrutiny. So I think the selectors are not really looking at your flourishes in white ball cricket and giving that benefit of doubt or a longer open Test match cricket based on that.
They're not mixing formats.
Let's not forget that you've had a torrid time in Test match cricket. Though white ball, you've had 2 big ICC trophies in a year and a half, but not the same in Test match. So I don't think that is happening. They're not mixing formats.
You've lost 6 out of 8 tests. That is the worst thing. And you're starting a new WTC cycle. How you're going to lead up to that, that is very important.
Need a new captain actually if Rohit pulls out. Because Bumrah, you're not going to be sure of his availability throughout the 5 Test matches.
It could be a Pant or a Shubman. Maybe Shreyas Iyer.
No, not in Tests.
Not in Tests. Maybe for other formats.
I think it's probably going to be between Shubman and Rishabh Pant.
Unless Bumrah is fit and says he'll play.
Or unless Ajinkya Rahane is recalled.
No, that's not happening. That is not happening. Tarun answers that question.
IPL is not interesting.
Haan,
Only
which,
batsman game. Rabada also said T20 is batsman game. He did.
Yeah. Siddharth, I've already spoken on that subject. So he wanted to know about the test team selection.
When will we get more teams? That's what Chili Paneer is asking. When will we get more teams in IPL and which ones? I don't think you will get more teams. I think that's about it.
I think maybe in a few more seasons, 12 teams.
See, do you need an expansion in the IPL? You've already
Cricket
got...
is to go the football way, definitely. Then
How
you
many
would need-
teams? See, are you going to have a franchisee from the same city? 2 franchises. I mean, see, you got London having about 4-5 franchises. I mean, that's there. Manchester has got 2. Are you looking at a place? Then, lots can expand. I mean, you got how many? 8 core franchises? Same, from the same city, catchment area. When you look at it, 2 franchises in that. But then, not even the NBA way. When you look at it, New York has got 2 teams. LA has 2 teams. San Francisco has got a team in that sense, which was there. I don't know whether you would want 2 or 3 franchises from the same city. I don't think.
And anyway, I think they've made it very clear that they're not thinking of any franchises now.
Correct.
Not thinking of increasing it.
Yep.
Anyway, on that note, we're gonna say bye-bye.
We'll be back
see you.
for the toss.
Yeah, toss, mid innings. But our big show is always at the end of the match.
Correct.
So that's when we'll be able to answer all your questions. So look forward to your company then.
Yep.
Anything you want to say? Anything?
Join us for the toss.
That you said no.
300 is getting crossed today. That's what I want to say.
300.
I think it's happening if SRH bats.
High score, but not 300.
Shivam is saying a lot of you watching us haven't subscribed to the channel. So please listen to
Please request. Thank you.
Shivam.
Yeah.
He is, see now they've sent you something also, but he's so upset about you not subscribing that he's refusing to take. Jasbir, yes, we took your question. Do go back and check it out.
Yes.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.